Aye, boom. Today we're gonna be making some dark New York drill for Little MABU. And if you're living under a rock, Little MABU is probably the most viral New York drill artist at the minute. Literally everything he seems to make the past couple of months just keeps going viral. I feel like low-key he has a good marketing plan, knows what he's doing to keep getting his image out there. His latest song, Mathematical Disrespect, which started as a live mic performance and racked up 16 million views in 3 weeks, has actually now dropped into an actual music video and has got 6 million in 12 days. He's kind of got a bit of a formula at the minute. Show you exactly how to make these dark New York drill beats. Drop a like on this video, man. It tells YouTube that other producers should be watching this content. And if you're new around there, hit the subscribe button for new content every Wednesday and Sunday. And as always, the FLP from this video will be available in the description. Link for that on my Patreon. And yeah, without further ado, if you know me, you know dark drill is my bread and butter. Well, it used to be. I don't really make much drill anymore unless when I have to make it for YouTube. But most of Little MABU's melodies are dark pads with very basic chord progressions, some hard vocals, maybe top line piano, and just more grittiness to kind of capture that raw New York feel. So we're going to start off on X-Band 2. We're also on 145 BPM. We're in the C minor scale. And that is a helicopter flying over my house. The key thing to making your dark chord progressions is your tension notes. You want to put your root note of your scale in, and you just want to pick a tension note. So your tension notes in C minor are G and G sharp and D and D sharp because they're one semitone apart. So we could go G sharp, or we could go I think we're gonna go G. And then when you're changing your chord, you just want to change this chord to the other tension note. We're going to change this up to G sharp. We could make this 16 bars and then maybe make the second 8 bar a little bit different. So maybe we can layer the C note up. I mean, honestly, a chord progression like this for dark drill works perfectly. You don't really need to do much more in the chord. You just need to get your sounds right. So to get this sounding a little bit more right, we have added on kickstart with a 1-on-1 bounce to it. Next, we are coming into lures. I normally go for some kind of like flutey, shakuhachi kind of sound because it's just kind of like some nice texture in the background. Turn down the mix a little bit, Mike. So we're gonna start layering this first chord progression that we have here. We're just gonna layer this into some other sounds. Coming into Pigments, which is actually one of my favorite banks at the minute. And I found this kind of nice pad that again has some nice textures in the background. And because our main pad is kind of a little bit low in the mix, we're gonna pitch this up an octave. You know what? I'm going to play the full melody at the end. You're not going to hear this melody all together. I'm going to just keep playing the different layers one by one. And at the very end, you can hear what the melody sounds like together. A little surprise coming, you know what I mean? Like I said at the start, these MABU songs do normally tend to have some kind of vocal in them. So you know we have to use vocalize too. I think I want reverb on this instead. Vocals always sound better when you swamp them in reverb. Well, in my opinion anyway, but... And you know me, you know I like some textures. This is a brand new bank that I've never showed on YouTube before. It's called Violin Textures. Kind of give you some kind of like violin stabs and stuff like that. It's just kind of nice to kind of sprinkle in on top. We're literally just going to use it as a stab just at the very start. And then again over on the 5th. Next, we're coming into Time Textures. I really do like textures, don't I? And we're grabbing this kind of like harpy violin. Again, just kind of using it as like a bit of a one-shot. Now, I'm listening to this while I'm making the melody, but I'm going to play the melody at the very end. See, I'm going to throw some piano on it because I feel like I just hear some kind of piano in my head. I mean, we've basically just done the exact same chord progression, except I've dropped the root note down like 2 octaves. Ew, this piano on its own actually sounds tough. It sounds like it's about to be a trap beat or something. Anyway, when we take all these elements that I've just made and you play them together, this is what you get. It's kind of nasty. But to make this a little bit more New Yorkish, what we're going to do is we're going to stack everything together and we are going to reverse everything. So we're going to click reverse. We're also going to drop it like 200 cents. Like a brand new mellow. That's pretty tough. I like the reversed bass piano notes as well. They sound cold. All right, I guess it's time for drums. If you're trying to make drill beats, then you need my Aries multi-kit. I'm telling you. It's got an entire drum kit, got 25 drum fills, a mixer and MIDI kit, which literally turn your beats into sounding god tier. Like if you want your beats to sound exactly like my drums, everything that I use is in the mixer kit. It's got over 200 loops. And yes, that's right, 200 loops. And then also an entire one-shot kit as well. Basically, all the drums from this video are from this as well. Link for that in the description. Here's 15% off as well, because I know it's a little bit expensive, but there's a quick 15% discount too. All right, I want to get some kind of bouncy counter snares on this. And honestly, I feel like the sauce for getting nice bouncy counter snares is layering your counter snares, even layering these light counter snares. I know I normally layer like heavy counter snares, but if you layer light counter snares, you can get a nice groove going. Getting some bouncy like trap snares in here as well. This is how we're really gonna get the bounce. Okay, so we're adding another light counter snare. We're gonna set it on a quarter beat, and here you just want to start putting in notes kind of like before and after other notes. Once it's on a quarter beat, you can't really go wrong with the notes placement, but just start adjusting velocities. Until you eventually end up with something like this. I kind of made it a little bit more so it's building tension as it goes on. Alright, it's 808 time. Of course, we're using the Valhalla 808 from the Valhalla drum kit. And we're also using the mix from the Aries multi-kit. We're gonna make one more pattern. The 808s and MABU's beats don't tend to actually do too much. It's normally just sitting on the root note. But because this is a tutorial, I'm probably just gonna do my own thing really. Yeah, something like that. Of course, using Slip's kick on A sharp. Couple last little bits of perks to maybe add in throughout the beat. Like I said at the start, this FLP will be available over on my Patreon. Make sure you've liked the video for me, man. It does genuinely help my channel grow. Bit of a transition here. Nothing too crazy on the arrangement. Nice and simple. I hope you did learn something from this video. I hope you also enjoyed, man. Run me up on Instagram and Twitch because they're the only two things to give out. I'm out. Good luck. See you later. Bow.